So there are a lot of new special effects added to weapons and armor in Nioh as of patch 1.07 in the expansion. And we're going to go over a couple very, very awesome ones today. And this is going to help you get some of that power back that you lost from all the level changes.
Search.
Feeling something like Rick Moranis, blew up the kid, now he doing damage. You ought to know, like my name's Alanis. Say don't me, take a seat, young Christopher Hansen. I'ma sweat all day just to...
So there are a shit ton of new special effects added to Nioh for the expansion and for patch 1.07. And there are a lot of really good ones and a lot that I wanted to test. And some of them are pretty crappy, but the ones I'm going to go over today mainly with you are going to be increased damage, consecutive attacks. This is going to be for weapons. For the ranged weapon, this is going to be a game changer. Ninjutsu Damage Bonus. You're going to want to take agility damage bonus off and use this one if you have high ninjutsu rating. And then every single one of the armor pieces got a specific bonus that could be rolled to each one. For helmet, it's bonus for Amrita, and you can get attack, defense, health regeneration, or key regeneration on any one of these. And I'm not too sure if it's on every one of these, but attack and defense you definitely can get on each one of these. For gloves, it's increased attack or defense or whatever from a timely guard. Boots, it is a bonus after purification, and those are the ones I'm going to test today. Now the two other ones are the chest and the leg piece. The chest is going to be a bonus when surrounded, and the legs are going to be a bonus for getting status ailments. I didn't include these two because they are really circumstantial. You have to have the right conditions in order for these buffs to activate, and in a lot of the circumstances, you know, you're not going to have uptime on a lot of these. So the ones that I did, you know, you can actually keep up pretty simply and easily, and the best news about them is they all stack on top of each other. They don't stack multiplicatively like they used to, but they do stack additively. And not only do they stack on top of each other, they also stack on top of Carnage, Power Pills, and your, you know, if you've got a Guardian that has a buff from a skill or like Karajishi, then it stacks on top of that as well. So really I'm going to start off with the close combat consecutive attacks. This one, you know, I've seen some people who say that this is pretty good. For what I tested, it was pretty garbage. Consecutive attack damage increase was not very good. The only way that I think that this would probably be good, and I did not test this, is if you're using a build like with an axe where you're whirlwinding and you're just going to keep hitting things over and over again. But for most normal builds, this is going to be complete garbage. In fact, your second hit is only a 1.5% increase to damage, and your second hit is a 4% increase to damage. And if you take something else, you know, like any percentage like skill damage, you know, 15 to 20%, you're going to do much better because you will have a constant damage range that you are getting from that bonus instead of something that's completely variable and very slow starting. So I would not recommend consecutive attack increase for damage. The second one that I tested was the Ninjutsu Damage Bonus A. And this one, for my ninjutsu power level of 636, I got a 16.3% increase. And this is much better than the agility damage bonus that I was using before the patch on my bow, which gave me around an 8 or a 9% increase at a B rating. With my set, I couldn't get anything greater than a B rating, but this completely blows it away. It's almost double what the agility damage bonus was, so it's 16.3%. Now, for the helmet, for bonus, for Amrita absorption, for attack, I got an 8.4% increase to attack damage anytime that I gained any Amrita. So this is pretty close to a 10% buff. It is definitely worth taking. And I thought that each one of these buffs that were on armor pieces would probably have the same value, but they don't. They are completely different for each specific armor piece. So for the gloves, the increased attack from a timely guard, and by timely guard I mean, you know, you guard right before you get hit. For that, you get a 12.7% increase to attack. And you know, you add those two together, you're at a 20% increase. And both of those are pretty easy to get. You know, you use an extraction talisman with the bonus for Amrita, and you just guard at the right time to get the other one. So you're at 20% extra damage right there. And then the last one I tested was bonus after Purification, and this was the biggest buff out of all of them at 17%. This one you can get pretty often, not as often as you can get the other two, but when you get it, it is a gigantic increase to your damage. And as I said, all three of these stack on top of one another and make these some of the best in-slot choices for your special effects for your armor. Well, that's going to do it today. If you liked the video, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you on the next one.